Welcome back. This episode we're going to be talking about how to find minerals, mine minerals, and actually start on your journey to become a great builder. Basically what we're going to go ahead and do is go into our little inventory box right here, little container. We're going to go ahead and grab our hydrogen bottles that you get from the start. And the reason why we're going to get those hydrogen bottles so that we do not run out of our hydrogen, which actually fuels our jetpack. What we're going to do, we're just going to come up and go straight up into the sky. Basically what we're going to be looking for are dark patches in the ground. Notice we got one right there. It's a little bit dark. We've got, let's see, got another one closer by right there. It's actually a pretty big one. Basically what we're going to do is we're going to find those dark patches. We're going to fly over to it. And those dark patches are actually where you're going to be mining things. So what we're going to go ahead and do is pull our little drill out. We're going to change view so we can see a little bit better. When we get close, if you notice, now it says we have silicone. We're going to just fly around, make sure we find each one of the minerals. We've got a bunch of different ones we're looking for. We got silver, gold, magnesium, silicone, uranium, iron, and just a couple more. Basically what we're going to be looking for right now is going to be the iron. Alright, I actually found some iron. Luckily enough, it was only about 1,100 meters away from the ship. It's we're going to be right here, actually 16 meters down. So pretty much what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and start mining. What you need to do to start off, first off, left click with your drill is normal drilling. It'll actually going to get you some stone and whatever else to be built up like this. But I don't like drilling with all that junk all over me. So right click actually drills a little bit faster and actually does not produce any stone at all. So we're going to go ahead and start drilling down. We've got to be a little careful. I'm always kind of skittish about it because when I first started, you would actually fall through the earth, and we want to make sure that we don't do that. Now, once I actually dig down and find the iron, I'm actually going to let you know pretty much how to make a waypoint so that you know how to find it again later on. So we're about 7 meters down. Give me just a moment. We'll see what we can do once we get down there. Each ore actually has a different color on it, so once you get down to it, then obviously you'll know. I think the hardest part that hardest one that I've been able to find or see is going to be platinum. And platinum is on the moon, and it's very similar to the actual look of the moon. Okay, so if you notice, I now have this iron. So now that I've actually right clicked, I can stop and start left clicking. And when I left click, it actually gives me, a little bit of stone, a little bit of iron. So I'm going to go ahead and hit T to go ahead and pick that iron up. Make sure we get a little bit. And now that I found it, I'm actually going to go up and out. Now we need to make sure, again, with the hydrogen, we have the bottles, because if you get down in that hole and you have no hydrogen to get out, well, you're going to have to dig yourself out, and you're just going to make a huge, messy hole. Alright, now with me standing here, since I know that there's going to be iron, and I'm pretty far away from the ship, I'm actually going to go ahead and hit K, which is going to bring open my terminal. I'm going to go ahead and hit GPS over here. Once I hit GPS, I'm just going to go new from current position, and then I'm going to rename that as iron. And once I do that, it actually saves. So now if I fly away and start going back to the lander, I can spin around and there's my iron. It's just a good way to go ahead and put a waypoint up so that you know where you're flying, and an easy way to get your stuff. Now the main reason why I was looking for iron is that's the majority of the stuff that you're going to need to build. We want to start building a miner, so we need to make sure that we actually have a platform to build the miner on. So what we're going to go ahead and do is, remember those plates? We're going to go ahead and grab those plates out of the inventory here, and then we can start actually putting the blocks down. Now I mean, you can make it look huge and make a big platform. You can actually finish each one of these off if you really want to, but I usually don't finish off the platform because I really don't necessarily care what the platform looks like with the ship on it. But if you want to be a master builder, then obviously you got to make it look good. And on another server, there is actually a spot that my friend I Fight Dirty and myself have actually built things actually look pretty well and work well. That will be shown in later videos, but I just want to show you that we do need to put a little bit of a bigger barrier around, and normally you would have meteor showers that would come down, and when it does, it can actually destroy your ship. So it wouldn't hurt to actually go ahead and just build up and put a platform all the way around the outside of your ship. And I'll go ahead and do that real quick, and I will be right back. Alright, looks like I have now completed my platform. I just want to give you a couple of different tips on the platform. The stuff that you actually have, normally whenever you fix it completed, it'll actually be just a normal default color, which is going to be the silver or grayish color. You can actually change the color of that to make it come out like this one here. Now this one here is actually black in color. You can make it any color you want. Basically all you're going to do is hit wherever you put the block on your bar. Like mine right now is 9. I can actually select that, and then if you notice, the bar right above my 9 and 0 button actually is a black color. So I can actually make it black. Whichever one that I lay is going to be black. Now if you want to change the color of that, you can actually hit P. Whenever you hit P, it actually brings up your color picker. You can change all the different colors you want. Make it, whatever color you want. Like for instance, I want to make that one black instead of this one. So I'm actually going to select the black and hit OK. Now, once I have this out, I can actually just mouse right over it and then hit the middle mouse button. When I do, it automatically changes the color. And now it is black just like all the rest of them. Now, you can actually do this even though that these are not completed. You can still, change all the colors if you want, so that way when they are completed, they complete as black instead of the silver. Now, if you notice, I do have a little bit of iron over there. I still have not gone back to get the stuff yet, but that is something I'm going to be needing later on in the game. Now, one of the biggest things about this is, obviously, this is going to be like mining central. You have to go around and mine just about everything you need. You have to make sure that you have each one of the ores available for you, so that whenever you want to make something, it's all available. Now I'm going to run right over here, and I also want to something that just came to mind to me is I've actually been hitting things that, well, I don't know if everybody knows quite yet. I mean, yes, you can look at your controls and be fine with it. J is actually going to take off and put on your helmet. Make sure that obviously with your helmet on, your oxygen is going to go down. And once your oxygen gets to 0, it can actually, kill you because you run out of oxygen because you're in an airtight suit. You can go back to the ship and go back to your med bay and actually get it to where you can fill up oxygen in that way, or you can just take the helmet off since you're on Earth and be fine with it. Now, something else is my my flying around. I've just been hitting it. It's actually X. If you hit X, it turns your jetpack on and off, and you can actually fly around. Once you have your jetpack on, you can actually be upside down if you want to, and you're going to be pretty stable. And that is because your dampeners are on. Once I turn my dampeners off, I fall. The dampeners are actually what's going to keep you, floating or hovering. So make sure, I usually keep them on, but that also uses your hydrogen a lot more. Some people actually turn it off. Once you actually find a spot, like this one here is going to be silicone, I'm actually going to again actually hit K, hit GPS, go current location, and then now I'm going to change that one to silicone. And once I do that, it's saved, so now I know where the silicone's at. And I think there's some magnesium and uranium over here. I'm going to make sure we're looking at the right thing, because I did go flying around a little bit with it off. Alright, there is some magnesium right here. I can actually go ahead and hit K, and then go with magnesium. So from current location again, change to magnesium. And then right over here, there's going to be, I think, some uranium. Again, I scouted it before. Alright, there is some uranium right here, actually. So I'm actually going to get close, see if I can find it again. It disappeared on me. Alright, this one's actually a little bit deeper. It looks like it's going to be about 40 meters underground. So I'm going to get over here, and now I'm going to hit K, and then save it. I mean, you guys get the idea. Obviously, you want to do this on every mode, or every node of ores, so that way you have the possibility of getting it. Now, there is another ore that actually isn't an ore. It's not necessarily going to be found under the ground, and that's ice. Ice is actually, whenever you go into space, it's going to be a very high sought after commodity. Number one, the ice actually gives you your hydrogen, which is what I'm using now to be flying. I'm down to like 28 and 100 and another, so I'm pretty much set right now. But once you get low, then you're going to need that ice. Another thing that actually is used for are your hydrogen engines. You need to actually charge your hydrogen engines using the ice. But I just wanted to give you guys a little heads up on finding iron, on an easy way to find the iron, or not just iron, but every ore. A couple of buttons that actually will help out, different methods of doing it, and then hitting the K button, actually using waypoints that you can set down so that you could find your ores a lot easier. Once you find your ores, then you can go mine them out however you want. You can actually make a miner, fly out there, mine it, and be good. This is Hitman Joe, and I'll see you next time.